it's worth taking the time to reflect. Taking the time to do that can change your life.
The difference between getting into this school and this school is an audience. Things have shifted, and the opportunity hinges on the audience. The audience trap is to try and get everyone. You're not for everyone. Every now and again, I get a chance to meet with different people, and their needs vary, as you can imagine. People approach content for different reasons. So this particular guy, he was an author. He had been shopping around his 5th manuscript. The other 4 were published. He had publishers for them. And now he's shopping around his 5th because he's, similar process to what he had done. It'd been a couple of years since his last one, but he's shopping it around to publishers he had already worked with in the past.
Okay.
And he's expecting offers. He's expecting, because he felt like this 5th one is some of his best work. And he was just getting a sea of no's. Not only was he getting a sea of no's, they were asking him, one of them who was a good friend said to him, "Doc, you just don't have a large enough audience. You don't have a large enough audience." And he was like, "What do you mean? You published my last book."
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, but things have shifted. Authors kind of need to have an audience that's ready, made, that want the product. And you just don't have that. Wow. And so it's, the matrix of how we decide who we publish and who we don't has shifted. Now, I can tell you, there's actors that I've sat across from on a Zoom call who said exactly the same thing. There are parents who want their kids to do well in their sports, like baseball, football, basketball, and they're talking to me because they're recognizing their kid. The difference between getting into this school and this school is an audience. The difference between getting that scholarship to play pro ball and this one is an audience. Getting the role in the film literally could be, how much can you help us promote it?
Yep.
Like if I bring you in, you only have 100,000, but if I bring her in, she has 1 million. She gets the role. Are you seeing the challenge and the opportunity hinges on the audience? And I like to call it the audience trap. Audience needs to be looked at and needs to be seen as currency in the current environment. Because, your audience quite literally can determine the opportunities you have. Wow. Some of them will be open doors, some of them will be closed doors. And so today we're going to be talking about the audience trap, right? And I want to share with you a quote from Albert Einstein. I think we know him, so I'm not going to share much about who he is. Right. But Albert Einstein says this: "The frailty of genius is that it needs an audience." Ooh. That one deserved a little pause.
So good.
The frailty of genius is that it needs an audience. And it further goes on. Now, this is not part of the quote, but this is just some of my notes that I wrote down here. This quote highlights that even the most brilliant minds require validation and interaction with others to truly flourish and have their work recognized and understood.
Yes.
That's heavy. Yeah. That's heavy.
That's so good. I love that quote.
Now let's dive right in.
Yeah.
This is the How It All Works podcast, so we're super excited that you're with us today. I'm your host, Kirk Nugent. This is my co-host,
Taina Nixon.
And man, we want to talk to you about the audience trap, y'all. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we not just from the perspective of don't get caught by it,
right?
But how can you leverage it?
That's right.
How could you make this work for you? And we have a guest with us today that I think is the quintessential example of leveraging an audience. And that is my good friend, Don Daniel. I'm going to try and reach over and shake your hand. Don, what's good, man?
Listen, it's good to be here.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Yeah. Don is the founder of the Pill Method, and we're excited that he's with us today. Don said something right as we were getting ready to hit the record button. Said something about
he has not spent a single dollar on marketing and promotion.
Yeah.
Online. You have not.
In 18 months.
In 18 months.
Yeah.
Impressive. That is impressive.
And your business tanked.
No.
Your opportunities tanked.
No.
Nobody wants you on their podcast. Nobody's asking you to come and speak.
That's not how. I've got more speaking engagements.
More speaking engagements.
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, I'm speaking at a tech conference coming up next month.
I know.
Wow.
And how is your book done? It tanked too.
No, the book is doing.
It's doing well.
Yeah, still doing well.
Bestseller, Amazon.
Well, it was 6 times.
Wow.
This is the receipts part.
Wow.
If you watch the last
Yeah.
episode, we wanted to make sure we have our receipts.
That's right.
Receipts.
There you go.
What would you attribute some of that to?
A guy named Kirk. Listen,
I did not pay him to say that.
Listen,
I'm so glad he said it.
I'm telling you.
But I did not pay him.
I'm telling you, man. I'm looking at stuff online, and I see your stuff out there, and I give you a call because I'm doing my best to be on Clubhouse. which is audio,
social audio,
and then I wanted to do more stuff online.
Yeah, YouTube, Facebook,
right,
video,
and and I tried my best in my own amateurish way, and then I see you, and I said, man, he looks like he's got a studio. He's got things going on.
Come on.
I said, can you build me a studio like yours? I said,
yes, indeed.
What do I need?
Come on.
And I don't think you think, I don't know if you thought I was serious.
I wasn't sure. I get a lot of these types of requests.
Right.
So I said, so I don't know. I don't know if I had to make a second call, but I called you up and said, give me the list.
Yeah.
All right, of the things that I need.
And I did give him the list.
And within that same day, I told you it's been ordered.
Yes. He wasn't playing around.
It was ordered.
Yeah.
And then I said, now I need help putting it together.
Yep.
Let's set up the appointment.
Yep, we
you
did.
Came to my office.
That's right.
All right.
Set up the studio.
You listen, man, I got me one of those tables that that go up
and
and down. I got all of that. You hooked everything up.
Hey,
and
man.
listen, we tried a couple of different ways of
doing both, right?
Audio and
video.
The video.
Yes, we were trying to do Clubhouse and YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
Gotcha.
So no, this is crazy.
And then I said, okay. I said we finally got it going. And I didn't know how to do any of the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
So you were there for over a year.
Yeah, we helped produce that show
for over a year.
That's right.
And you kept telling me
3 times a week.
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is the dedication. I want somebody to hear this piece because I hope that you don't miss it, y'all. The How It All Werks podcast is what I like to call a course conversation. Yeah. Meaning, if you're not careful, you'll walk away and miss the meat. And he's already sharing with you some of the cheat codes of how he's been able to leverage content to really 10x what he's doing in his business, brick and mortar, but the things he's been putting his effort into is online.
Yeah.
And so I don't want you to miss it. He built the studio and began to put out content. But that schedule, I mean, we're talking
7 a.m.
Yeah, 7 a.m. I know.
Is what I'm still on the 7 a.m.
We would go live from 7 to 8.
Yes.
And then and we'd have to stay on about another half hour or so more.
Sometimes, listen, man,
7 to 9.
we would do like 2 hours or more.
Yeah.
In the early days.
Yeah.
Was it
and there was still
was it just 3 days or did we do
it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, yes. Listen, man.
I believe it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but
we
it was
did that thing and you kept telling me eventually I'll be able to push the buttons myself.
I did.
And I said, I don't think so.
This is so good. I'm just staying quiet right now because there's a client right now that I have been telling you gonna push these buttons, and I'm waiting for them to see this episode.
Right.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
And I said, well, eventually, and I kept, what do you do here? What do you do here? What are you doing there?
Yep.
I said, eventually, I caught on.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I went live my first time doing it by myself.
Wow.
And we've been going ever since, man.
Yeah. Still going right now.
Still going.
I love it.
Still go live 3 times a week.
Come on.
But because all my stuff is recorded.
Right.
And I can go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation. And every time I do a new episode, a different episode now.
Yeah.
I have in my description, says, well, I'm on vacation now, but we'll be back for season 5.
Come on.
September 3rd.
I love it. I love it. And content is still going.
Still going. And we're taking that content and
Clipping it up.
having somebody that's putting we are posting 6 days a week on several platforms.
Come on.
From that content.
From that content.
on.
So
Yes.
from the
you're
2-hour
repurposing
long
it.
form content,
Yes.
you're repurposing it on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram.
Yes.
That's so good.
These are the cheat codes.
Yes.
Now.
Okay.
That's the how. Talk to us about the impact. Where are you at in terms of subscribers now?
Listen, we've got we're still under 10,000 on
YouTube.
On YouTube. So
Let me pause here.
Yes.
That's a lot.
yeah. So yeah, got 8,500.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's plenty.
Okay.
I was gonna say if you're even talking about 10,000, that means you're not that far off.
Yeah.
So you're
That's
in
a lot.
there. You're
That's
in
a
there.
lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not. That's a lot. I just want to pause there and just celebrate that.
Yeah,
that's
great.
huge.
That's
so
great.
that's gold. Okay, continue.
So we got on Instagram we have 50K.
50K.
Nice.
But it was because I had a viral video and it just blew up. It wasn't mine. It was somebody else's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, but if you weren't there, they wouldn't have been able to follow you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah. So it's out there now, and so people see our stuff, and I think what's really happening now is that for the most part, I wish I had more views.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know what makes something go viral and not.
Yeah. There's a lot of intangibles.
But I heard a sermon
Uh-oh.
the other day.
Come on, talk to me, sir.
That you've got to be out there. You've got to put that content out there as if it were millions.
Yeah.
And if they're not seeing you now,
When they do.
it's out there.
It's there.
out there.
You have to be putting it out there like a pro. Never give up because you don't know who's watching. I get calls all the time saying, I've been following you for years. And we've been
Wow.
doing, and we started this. I can't even remember what
I
year.
was just a couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But all of this is the impact. This
Yeah.
is the impact. Now, here's how we get back to what we've been chatting about.
Okay.
The audience. Now,
Yeah.
I remember when we were on the show together.
Yeah.
The book had done well, but when we started to do the show,
Oh, Lord.
oh, come on, talk to me, talk to me. When we started doing the show,
we
we
started-
started hitting.
Big numbers because I even increased the price of the book.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. It went from $19 to $50.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
And that's when it went to $50.
$50 is when the book.
It's still there. It's still at that price point.
And it was at that price point that we were seeing bestseller.
Yeah.
In the finance category,
Yes.
bestseller.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were able to increase because you were doing content. I don't miss this, y'all. I'm looking at the camera. I just don't miss this.
That's deep.
Because he had an audience who you had already prepared for the message that's in the book.
Yes.
You were able to increase the price of the book and experience
Yes.
higher sales.
Yes.
Higher volume of books going out the door because people had already been prepared for what, like the content was the lead up to the book.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in many cases, you're like, guys, you need to get this book.
Yeah.
This is the CTA piece we're talking about.
That's
Yeah.
right. By having a call to action and telling people, hey, so you provided value to
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
And then gave them an opportunity to follow up
Yeah.
with your book.
Boom.
You can't beat
You
that.
can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
You built the audience, built the community
Yeah.
of people based on value that you're providing to them.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't they buy your book?
Yeah. And there's his show deals with generational wealth. His show deals with limiting beliefs, busting those. His show deals with this glass ceiling, opportunities for us to be able to, his show, there's the direct piece that you do, and then there's the intangible, right? There's the how to, and then there's the value.
Right.
It's like, I'm teaching you how to look at your money differently, but because you now look at your money differently, you now can experience these things.
Right.
And recognizing the value of both is critical as a creator, which I hope you see yourself as a creator.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course, now.
I'm going back and I'm looking at some of that stuff that we did years ago, when we first started. And the emotion,
Yeah.
the
It's authenticity.
what we were putting into it.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
passion.
And at the time, they had the passion.
That's it. The passion. I love that.
And I was able to do that because I didn't have to worry about pushing buttons at the same time. you know?
I think this is good. I think there are seasons where you need to bring somebody in so you can focus.
Yeah.
But I want to say this as well. One of the things that you do so well is really engaging people around their need to really understand money in a different way. But then you also share with them your story.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking about the audience trap from the perspective of it being an opportunity and something that you don't want to have clobber you, right? Mm-hmm. And I think what you did in terms of, I mean, we're talking about building an audience. You definitely want to, people are selfish. They come to the content with their own needs, but they also want to know that the person that they're talking to is real.
Yeah.
And so you share almost every episode that I produce, and we're talking about a year's worth. So I don't even know how much that is. Well, it was 50 a year, 50 weeks, 3 a week. Was it 150 per year? That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but every episode that I produce, you shared with people how you came up with this method of looking at the amortization schedule.
Yes.
Which comes from where?
Which comes from, where did it come from?
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I can't claim any of this.
Come on.
I did not sit down and say, listen, this is not right. I have to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not neurotypical. I have ASD, autism spectrum disorder.
Okay.
And so over the years, I've had to work on, becoming social, trying to, let people know that, trying to be normal.
Right.
Yeah.
And normalized. But there's a lot of stuff that I don't see. Mm-hmm. But what I do see,
this is it.
I see things in pictures and patterns.
Mm-hmm. I want somebody. Don't miss it, y'all. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I see things in pictures and patterns, and when I see an amortization schedule,
right,
so I break it down in a way that no one else sees. So when we start talking about that, it's hard for people to start wrapping their mind around it. And so by putting this content out there, people, this is something you need to see over and over again. And the other thing is, you need to see the numbers.
You got to see it.
If you don't see the numbers,
when you see this couldn't just be audio.
No, it can't be just audio. You have to be able to see it. If you're not, when people see the numbers, they can't unsee it.
They can't unsee it.
Okay, what are you guys talking about?
Okay, well, an amortization schedule is that schedule that the banks come up with that charge you the interest
for your loan,
for your loans, and how to pay your loans back. Part of the payment is principal, other part is interest.
That's right.
And what I see is that we're paying 75% more interest than we need to.
Right.
And there is a way to pay the bank back their money and make it impossible for them to charge you all of that interest. That's what I see when I look at an amortization schedule.
Okay.
So when people think about debt, they think I have to come up with more money to pay it off. No, you don't. You can do it with your current budget. All you need to do is pay less interest.
Right.
You don't need more money.
Come on.
So if you're paying less interest, that means more of your money can go where it's supposed to go, paying back the loan.
That's perfect.
And listen, I'm glad you asked that because it needed to be said.
Yeah, because I'm like, hey, you guys have worked together for years, so you know what you're talking about right now.
But
Clue the rest of us in.
I'm so glad because I was gone. I was gone. I apologize.
No, but I also knew that I knew that he worked around sort of like debt relief and things like that. But I was like, I feel like whatever it is has to be particularly like intriguing to thousands of people for you to have that many followers, that many people buying the book.
Absolutely.
So this makes sense because most people have taken out loans.
Absolutely.
Most people are in debt in America. Most people are in debt.
Word. Yeah.
So obviously you already have like a target audience that wants to know what you're teaching.
And you're so correct. And this is the reason why I wanted you to share that portion. Sure. Is for two reasons. Number one, it allows people to have a window into who you are because you unapologetically believe that God gave you the ability to see in pictures and patterns. Yes. But the world calls it I forgot the term ASD.
Autism spectrum disorder.
Yeah. When I was with you, you were saying Asperger's. I know you don't say that anymore, but either way, my point is the world calls it one thing. You have been able to see it and harness it as this is the piece that I don't want people to miss, is that sometimes what you have to provide in terms of content, others will see as a disability.
Right.
Yeah. Others will not see as a superpower. And there are people that were on the show with us whose child also had what you have, and they just wanted them to see you do your thing.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want you to understand it from all the angles.
Yes.
It's not, so yes, everybody has a loan, so you have a captive audience.
Right.
But then because you're sharing those aspects of your story. So I'm giving you the cheat code, y'all. When you're talking about growing an audience, it isn't just telling them how to do the thing.
Yes.
It's giving them a window into who you are and how you tick.
And we've talked about that in our other episodes. We've talked about sharing your story.
Yes.
We've talked about sort of letting people in a little bit. You can have your boundaries, and you can have very specific pillars around your content, right? Like, whereas you might be comfortable talking about your ASD, you might not necessarily talk about your marriage, or you might necessarily talk about, and nobody needs you to do that. You don't have to do that. But because you have allowed people to see you in a vulnerable space, then they can
that's the
they
cheat
feel
code.
like they can confide in you. They can hear from you. They feel like you're a real person.
That's gold.
What you have to say matters to them. You're not just like an expert that says, well, I know all of these things and now I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to bring you into my own pain point, my own areas of vulnerability, and show you how I was able to, or God was able to use that to allow me to transform or learn or impart or, whatever the case is, educate, all of those things. And so that's why it does matter, not just that you have the technical skill, but that you also know I have a story that other people can relate to, that other people will buy into, right? Because we've talked about how even if you're pivoting from one type of content to another, let's say you started out with debt relief, right? But then you wanted to get into, here's how I make life work for me as a neurodivergent person.
Boom.
You could take, I promise you could have just as many followers keep on following you into that next lane because they bought into you. They bought into you, not just the technical skill that you're teaching them, but they bought into you as the brand, as the,
Oh my God, so good.
I've had parents come to me in tears who said, now I see hope for my child.
I love that. I love
that you were able to overcome, that you were able to make it in the world, and not try to quote unquote fix it.
Yes,
I love that.
But how to use it.
Yes.
Come on,
it has become. Some people call it a superpower.
That's right.
I literally call it a superpower.
It is, a superpower. So, and how it has helped me do a lot of things, and I'm still discovering new things about what I do.
I love it.
And giving that free content, giving that content away has built an audience of people who come to me and I say, I have no idea who's watching. So I can't look at the number of views.
Right.
This is the point.
I can't look at the number of views and say, nobody's watching this.
Oh, that's good.
That. And I said, And I'm on 3 times a week, the same time. Consistency. So the thing is not only that, but people expect me to be there.
They do.
And even if
it's a verbal contract. Yeah.
Even if it's one.
Yeah.
It's enough.
It's enough to show up.
Yes, you got to
deliver like it was millions.
Exactly.
I love this piece here. I want to say this because I want to make sure we fully quantify what the audience trap is. Okay, if you didn't know, I haven't said it yet. The audience trap is we as the creators don't choose the audience. The trap is
they choose you.
Well, no, the trap is us thinking that we can choose the audience.
Yes.
That's the trap. The trap is thinking, well, I'm trying to grow my audience. I'm trying to get this guy. No. You put the content out. Audience always is the one to raise their head, self-select, self-identify. They are the ones to say, I'm with you. This guy would say, if you've been following my channel for any portion of time, you know that I use this example in my presentations when I say a client of mine says this phrase. He starts by saying this phrase because it helps people to self-identify. It helps people to say, yeah, that's me, or no, that's not me. And so what he says is, and I know I'm going to lose some of you because you're gonna start thinking about this question and you're going to be like, let me go follow Don. But he starts by saying, why is it you can pay off $100,000 house in 30 years, but $100,000 car in 5? Okay. And he starts by saying, have you ever wondered why you can pay off a $100,000 car in 5 years, but $100,000 house in 30? What? Have you ever wondered that? And when you ask the question, people's hands yeah, I've wondered that. Some people are agreeing with you that they have wondered.
Yeah.
Others have never wondered it, but now that they've heard it, they're like,
me. That's me. I never wondered that. For one, I don't drive $100,000 car. So let's start with that. But I never thought about why it is that there's this large sum, right? And in one way, I'm totally normalizing paying that off in 5 years versus the other one. I have totally normalized it taking
it off in 30.
Most of my lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Right.
and this is the part and this is what I'm saying is when you're talking about building an audience, people will self-identify. They will raise their hand and say, I have always wondered that, right? There's people that like in the chat who are like, Don, I've always wondered this. Yeah. But then there are others who are like, I've never heard this before. But now my mind has changed. Yeah. And then there are others who are like, I'm not even interested. Right. And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. When you're building an audience, the audience trap is to try and get everyone. You're not for everyone.
Right.
You are who you are for.
Right.
Your tribe will identify themselves and they'll follow you. Even if you don't have a headquarters, they will follow you. I'm working with a client right now who has a serious following and she has no structured place on the web for them to follow her. I'm just like, we got to put it all together, sis.
Okay.
My point is, your audience gets to decide.
Yeah.
But having a space for your audience to be quantified is what gets you the options.
Yeah.
When you can say that 8,500 subscribers, 50K on Instagram, when you can begin to share with people, this is my profile. This is why the book will always sell.
Yeah.
This is why the doors will always open, because it's like, no, he's done the work to have his audience. They self-identified, but he has created a space for them to exist. And I want to commend you on that, my friend. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Well, if it wasn't for, your help, and somebody told me the other day, this is okay, they're familiar with your work.
Yeah.
So they see me in my studio and they say, is he in Kirk's studio?
Uh-oh. It has a signature to it.
I was about to say, there's a signature to the brand now. I like that.
I love it. No, man, you've been able to you talked about being booked and busy. I mean, we're talking about you're speaking on stages, both in person and virtual.
Right.
Your revenue for your business is seeing increase.
Right.
Book sales are doing well.
Right.
It's largely because of you've done the work to build your audience.
And now we're getting ready to leverage that.
Right.
And put together challenges.
Challenges. I love it.
So we're going to be doing a 5-day challenge.
I love it.
And it's going to go out to the audience. We've built that.
Your mailing list. You have
mailing list.
Yep.
It's all there. It's all ready to go. It's all going to be automated.
I love it.
But this is going to be the first time I've done done a funnel.
From that format. Yeah.
Done this whole thing, and we're going.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of this, and he's now building.
Getting to that point.
You see what I'm talking about?
And learning how to sell one to many.
One to many. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
So more people need to understand what it is that we do with the pill method.
I love that.
And so as we get that, that confidence that comes from doing this over and over
because
and over
got
again.
Reps. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because now I'm not thinking about what I need to say. It just comes.
Right.
Yeah. You 3 days a week for 2.5 years.
Yes. Wild. That's incredible.
You're ready for the 4 or 5 day challenge. This is going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, man.
And I love this. I'm loving this because content has prepared you for this season that you're about to step into. Content has kind of allowed you to grow and engage this audience that's thriving, and there's all these other benefits that come from that. And I hope that these are all being clear in terms of what we've been talking about today. But then next, our content has trained you. Being able to create the content has trained you for being able to deliver, both on stage. Now, let me be clear. If you ever get a chance to hear this man speak in person, oh, he's a firecracker. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Generally speaking, if Don is on that agenda of workshops, you just need to go in his session, and everybody else that's after him, I feel sorry for you, because he's going to blow the place apart. Because you do it in a way that really engages with people, that allows people to really see into who you are, and they see your heart, not just from the perspective that you want to make money. There's nothing wrong with making money. But that's not your motivator. Your motivator is that you have a heart for people.
Yeah, I thank God for that. It's just, I've learned a while ago that your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them.
Yeah, go ahead and say it one more time. Okay. Yeah.
Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them.
How well you serve them. That's gold.
Yes, they will. The audience will take care of you.
Yeah, they will.
They will pass you around like butter.
Will. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
So keep giving that content.
That is so true.
Do the good stuff.
Listen,
do your good work.
I just want to say this as we get ready to land. I want to just recap a little bit of what we shared thus far, or of what we shared in today's episode in terms of the audience trap. Don't fall into it, right? Don't think that I'm the one that's trying to, the Pied Piper, where you're whistling and you're just hoping that they. No. Put out there what you put out there.
Right.
Your audience will self-identify, and that's the type of audience you want. I want to be clear. For a person to be clear that you are for them is good. But equally as good is a person that knows you're not for them.
Right.
And you want that person to go quickly.
Yes.
And you want to structure your content in a way that allows that audience member to recognize, they're not for me. A good friend of mine, Leslie Samuel, he puts out content and somebody who commented is like, man, you have too much energy. And he's like, I'm not for you.
Right. And that's okay. And that's okay.
That's okay.
Go with God.
That's okay. I'm not for you. There's many people who do the content that I do, so
find the one that does it the way you like.
Yeah. So don't fall into the trap of, I need to become all things to all people.
That's right.
No, because I'm trying to grow this audience. No, you need to be unapologetically.
That's it.
Uniquely you.
Yep.
And your audience will identify themselves.
Yep.
And when you grow an audience, you now have the ability to leverage all of the things that come along with it. Opportunities that are too numerous to mention come from growing and engaging an audience, and that's what we wanted to share with you today. Don, I want you to just take a second to share with people where they can find you, follow you, what you got coming up next.
Oh, listen, they can find me at the pillmethod.com.
That's right.
PILL method.com.
That's right.
If my digital business card is now CEODon.com.
Come on. CEODon.com.
CEODon.com takes you straight to
your business card.
Digital video business card.
Ooh.
And if you want to know more about how all of this works,
I like that phrase. How it all works.
How it all works. We give you a free assessment.
Yes.
You go to there and when you go to the website, you just click on I want a savings and earnings report.
Yes.
Okay. You get so you'll know the month, day, and year you can be debt free, how much interest you could save, and it's not just the mortgage; it's all of your debt. That's your mortgage, credit cards, student loans, everything, in an average of 7 to 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. With your current budget.
He ain't lying, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your current budget, only because now you know how. We're teaching people how to read an amortization schedule. People don't realize that they've never been taught how this works at any level of financial education.
Critical.
Wow.
This is the first time when people see our stuff, it's the first time they've ever seen it.
Amazing. Don, I want to thank you for coming and hanging with us today, taking some time out of your schedule.
Certainly.
On vacation, right? Yeah. Coming over here and hanging out with us. I love this. I want to say this as we get ready to close. I'm not just a friend. I'm not just a producer, but I am also a client. Me and Kanika are actually in this program. We have our own AI, if you will, our own calculator that helps us to know what to pay, when to pay it, and who to pay it to. And it's been working for us. And we're, by God's grace, we're hoping to be debt free in 6 or so years.
Okay.
Nice.
But I'll say this, man, if you have not done the work, to really realize the benefits of an audience. All right, I talk to so many people who have these ridiculous impact on folks, but they haven't given their audience a space to exist in. I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You are cutting yourself off from opportunities that you don't even know exist,
Right.
because you haven't decided that this process, this act of growing an audience is something that you want to engage in.
I want to take it one level up from there. If you feel like you have something, some pain point, some gift, some superpower, but you don't know exactly how to present it, how to package it or whatever, or you just don't know how to like kind of reflect and figure it out. Because I've been there. I remember being
Getting
at the
started.
point where, just getting started, where I was like, I was creating content, just lifestyle content, but I could tell that there was something else, something deeper or more meaningful or more impactful that I could be sharing with people, but I couldn't figure it out. There was a book that I read, and then I really sat down and I sort of coached myself through reflecting on what are my gifts, what are my pain points, what do other people need? Like, how could this be useful to other people? You know, and then by doing that, I was able to come up with, okay, actually I can provide coaching. I can provide coaching, but I know what it feels like to be like,
to be right there.
I hear someone so passionate about what they do and like see how the Lord is using them. I want that for me as well, but I don't know quite how to do it.
That,
I just want to tell you, it's worth taking the time to reflect. It's worth investing in a coach. It could be Kirk, it could be me, it could be someone else, but taking the time to do that can change your life. And then by virtue of you putting in that work, change the lives of other people as well.
So
and I hope one day we really get to kind of talk about some of the testimonies that we have from taking that time to do that work, and then how the Lord was able to use it to help other people, because it's worth doing.
This what you just described, this is how it all works.
That's how it all
quite
works.
Literally, this is how it all works. This is how it all works. Family, this has been another episode of the How It All Works podcast. I'm your host, Kirk Nugent. This is my co-host,
Taina Nixon.
We can't thank you enough for coming and hanging out with us today. Of course, our guest today was Don Daniel, the Pill Method. Make sure you check him out. We have some of his information in the description and in the show notes for this podcast episode. Grace and peace, fam. Go with God, and we'll see you in the next one.